One day with Paco, he was explaining something, and then I said, "Can I record this in cassette?" It's a pretty complex thing. And then he said, "What? Will you pay attention to what I am saying now or not? Or you will substitute your brain with the cassette? Why people have to record things to know it? Why they don't pay attention?" And I said, "No, of course," because he said, "Otherwise I go to watch Animal Planet or something better." So he said, no, I pay attention, but you know, this is very complex. I want it just for me. You know? Obviously he knew that, but the problem is that he's right with this thing of technology. If you become lazy because you rely on having the thing and then disregard or don't appreciate it properly, the fact that you are using something there which has the recording. When I saw Paco in Toronto years after, he said, "Your channel has 500 videos. Oh wow. I guess people is learning a lot now with all that thing there, because we never learned that way. Right? But from records only, there were no video. You have to be a millionaire to make a video. So Paco said there are 500. Today we have 2,000, but then there was only 500. And he said, this thing, I think, is killing. I think people is learning very fast. So I said, don't think they are learning very fast, because now they have the tab, me explaining it, the video, and still people is sometimes forget. And he thought this was a joke, of course. Couldn't even believe it. So the meaning of this anecdote is that we have to pay attention. And sometimes, because we rely on technology, this is not good. Technology should be a tool in your learning, but not that you now rely on that. In fact, not everyone, but some people, they think that because the recording is there, or the video is there, then that's it. No, you have to work, you have to do the thing. And the attention, when you cannot record something, I don't have one recording of any lesson. And I was just so afraid to miss something that I paid so much attention there. My God, I remember it today, what to do. So why? Because that's the old school. So you take what is available from this old school, in which we did not have all these things. And this paying attention is a problem today. There's too many distractions out there. So related to that, I want to give you a tip of how to learn a song, to extract it from the albums or from the music, to understand the music language. So here we have 3 steps. First one is to find out the key of the piece. Generally, in pop music or Western music, the first chord and the last one generally are the key of the piece. But in flamenco, our most prominent chord is the 5th 7th flat 9. So that chord there, we have to find it. We have to remember what tonality is, the set of relationships, hierarchies, and functions, which all the notes of our musical system keep around one of them, pre-choose a note. There's a tonal center, which is called tonic. But in layman's words, this is that we have 12 notes. And out of these 12 notes, one is the king. That's it. This is the easiest way to understand what is tonality, even for someone who is not a musician. So out of 12 notes, one is the king. And there is no democracy here, and we have to find out that guy. So first step is find out the key of the piece. This is how you learn a song for cant accompaniment, for composition, to play anything. And then, therefore, we first have to listen, not play, just listen it, and find out the key, which is the most prominent chord, which in flamenco is 5th 7th flat 9. So here we go. So I put this, let's say I go like this. So this here, in this case, D7 flat 9. So this chord here is D chord. It will work as our key, because in flamenco this is more important than the actual key, which in this case is G minor, a real key here. So here we have, again, let me show you. Then after this, so this chord is the center. Now, because of that, as we have to find the tonic, find the main guy, which in this case 5th 7th flat 9, D7 flat 9 is. The description I will post the piece and all that so that you can do your thing. But to confirm that this is the right note, we will play just the bass of it along with the music. And by the way, when you are listening to know which chord is that, you need to listen the bass, because if you listen, the bass tells you which chord is being played, even if it is in inversion. So here we go. We will confirm if that is right. The note we guess out, which is D, if it matches with the music. So I put the music and have to play in the very same time, also rhythmically. And then we know, yes, that's right or not. Okay, let's do it. Here Yes, this is right. So now I can play the chord along with that also, because sometimes bass notes may be belonging to other chords. The progression. Let's take here. This here. I confirm that this is the chord, and then once we have that, then now we have to know the chords which are being played. These chords here, which chords we have in flamenco? In flamenco we have 4 chords coming from the Andalusian cadence, which are everything, and therefore, as all comes from them, we need to know the field. The field is these chords and which other chords are there. First degree, flat 7, flat 6, and 5th 7 flat 9. These 4 chords. Then also you have 2 minor chords, substitutes for the degrees flat 7, namely C sharp minor. So in this case, which of course here is D minor, but we have the K pot 1. Anyway, this chord here, or the 5th, Roman numeral 5th. Remember that the Roman numerals gives us the function really of the thing, while the letter only gives you one note. So this is the 5th minor, this is the 4th minor. This 5th minor is the substitute for the flat 7 chord, and this 4th minor is the substitute for the flat 6, where Paco included that in 1976 in El Moraima. For the first time in the history of Flamenco Guitar. This chord is used, the 4 minor, as a substitute for the flat 6 chord. And also 4 minor with the bass of the flat 2nd. Right? Flat 9 on the bass. So 4 minor, then 4 minor on flat 2nd, which is used as a substitute, either as a substitute of a flat 6 or as a chord which follows 4 minor in a progression. Example. Right? 4 minor on flat 2nd, 5th 7 flat 9. Therefore, we have the Andalusian cadence, first minor, flat 7, flat 6, 5th 7 flat 9. And also we may sometimes hear first minor, 5th minor, 4 minor, 5th 7 flat 9. Or just one of them as first minor, 5th minor, flat 6, 5th 7 flat 9, or 4 minor, first minor, flat 7, 4 minor, and 5th 7 flat 9. Therefore we have 4 chords, 1, 2, 3, 4, plus these 2, 6. Then we have the secondary dominants of the degrees there, of the flat 6 and flat 7. So we have, therefore we have the auxiliary dominant 5th of the flat 7, 5th of the flat 7, flat 7, then the 5th of the flat 6, and the flat 6. So have right? These are 2 dominant extra chords, which makes 8, and then these substitutes, minor chords, which are substitutes for the degrees flat 7, flat 6, also have their own auxiliary dominant, which is 5th of the 5th minor, 5th of the 4th minor, and 5th 7 flat 9. Therefore, sometimes in chord changes or patterns of chord progressions, in Spanish this is called progresión de acordes, you may hear first 5th of the flat 7, flat 7, 5th of the flat 6, 4 4 minor on flat second, 5th, 7th, flat 9. So like this. Or it also could be therefore here we have 4 basic chords plus 2 substitutes plus 2 secondary dominants for the actual degrees and 2 secondary dominants for the substitutes of degrees, flat 6 and flat 7. Therefore we have 4 plus 2 plus 4. So here we have 10. Now that's all I think we have to say now, because any chord we just find in a song is one of these chords, which are coming from this 1, 2, 3, 4 very basic thing. We have to understand this. If we don't understand Andalusian cadence and the fact that out of these 4 chords the most important one ever in flamenco is this. In fact, sometimes people say, well, I don't hear this is the key because it's not there. That is true. Sometimes singers or in pieces you never hear actually the key of the piece, right? Because this 5th, 7th, flat 9 became the center, right? So then after that, well, this is the field of work, and then now we have to find out which chords are being played there. And for that we need to write down a chart. So we verify that this is right, playing first the bass along with the music, then the chord along with the music, and then we write down a chart. And that's what I am going to show. In flamenco we have our own slang for chords. Let's start. Por medio means D minor, C, B flat, and A7 flat 9. This is called por medio shape. Then we can say play al tres por medio, which means I put the capo here and I play here. This of course will be equivalent to F minor key, but in flamenco singers mostly this slang is there, and they don't call this F minor, they call al tres por medio, which means play with the capo on the 3rd fret on this shape, but I am explaining it without capo so that you don't get confused with this thing. It's actually easy and very useful, because singers have different voice, you know, high or low, and they match it with the capo. That's why also originally this is the use of the capo. So this is por medio, D, C, D minor, C, D flat, and A7 flat 9. Then por arriba is A minor, G, F, and E7 flat 9. This is called upper position, por arriba. Then we have B minor, A, G, and F sharp 7 flat 9. That is called por taranta. Then there is por minera, which means minera key is C sharp minor, B, A, and G sharp 7 flat 9. Then there is minera por medio, which is F sharp minor, E, B, and C sharp 7 flat 9. That is called minera por medio, or al 4 por medio sin cejilla. Means play in the 4th fret, middle position without the capo. So this is part of the slang thing. Then there is also the rondeña key, which is same key like this, and a couple of other alternative tunings Paco introduced. One is with the 6th string on B, also, of course, with the 6th string on C sharp. also, one more is called por mi bemol, means on E flat, which they call it por mi bemol E flat because the main chord is D sharp 7 flat 9 or E flat, and this consists of G sharp minor first degree, then flat 7 is F sharp, and E is flat 6, and then D sharp 7 flat 9, what they call it E flat. Mi bemol is this chord, so this is another shape called por mi bemol. Then one more, which is play por si, C, S, I, meaning B notes actually in English. So this playing in B means that the shape here will be first degree E minor, then D will be flat 7, C will be the flat 6, and B7 flat 9 is here. So we have E minor, D, C, and Granadine is playing this key and many things, but this is not related to the palos. This is just the slang for the keys I'm telling you. Because when if you do this right and have the Roman numerals here, then you can practice this with the capo in different places. For instance, in this case, this piece is in G minor, so I can play it. In fact, this page, I prefer to start an easy way, with the capo on the 3rd fret and playing the E minor shape here, right? For instance, this way.